bigger problems. And when it came to the last trampoline, we had a few people. Sam was one, Pete was another, and a whole bunch of people doing things they really cared about. And so some of us got together and some things eventuated out of that. So the hackerspace one, so we started about 6 months ago. We've got a bunch of people get together and build things. Sam's Smart Energy Group's already existed, but he lacked devices at that stage, and so some of those we built. And so we site to site now and build things and interact with it, measure some of the waste of resources, try to do something about it. And there's been other projects which are sort of around us, the infamous bobble machine and the MakerBot, some of that stuff that's come out of people working in the hackerspace and or learning this equipment. So it's really been great. So from 7 months ago, come back to Trampoline and be surrounded by some of these things that people have innovated on. Maybe they've created them out of nothing, or they've leveraged off other projects that are open source and collaborative. And so everyone's probably seen the 3D printer by now, and bobble machine. But there's that LED signs over there. That's also on the distributed network devices here. We've built a bunch of these gateways. We're basically taking an ordinary Asus router for about $50. Inside we put an Arduino, sort of see behind the glass. Nintendo touchscreen display, Zigbee, so it talks to a mesh of devices, and there's one there. So it's just a wireless device with a battery, with a temperature sensor and light. And so
if you heat up the temperature sensor, which is the black one, it'll tweet.
Oh, good. Okay. With conductive thread, that's the thread we use to repair their fencing uniforms. And that's sort of an accelerometer there, so you can see that, maybe I can see there's a conductive thread going down sleeve. So these sort of things, projects have been going on in the space, from people who've come from previous trampoline meeting. So innovation, I think it needs the right sort of environment. Now, you obviously need skilled people, or people who are willing to learn. You need some equipment, you need money and space, and you also need time. When we're working commercially, often there's budgetary and time pressures that prevent us from really fulfilling pursuing the solution we'd really love to solve. Basically, we've got to do it tomorrow, and it's going to be that old thing about good, fast, cheap, choose too, and that prevents us from often innovating. So up until now, our innovations happen within all the standards of places. So the hackerspace is one approach to innovating in a community fashion. You basically share a lot of things. You find a space, as in the garage. Other people get more fortunate to find a house or something maybe part of an office area. But it needs to be a bit of a different space. It's not, say, like straight co-working where you can basically just find an office with some wireless or a cafe. You need to be able to drill and sand and weld and smack things and also quality developed software to discuss and those sort of things. So there's a few more requirements on the space. But it's a great place to collaborate and learn, and it combines a lot of different skills. So some of us might be, some of us in the room or just maybe with the software, but don't know how to drill a hole or tap a hole. Yeah, jump in.
I learned in the hackerspace to drill a hole.
Cool. Well, I'd never drilled aluminium before or made a thread inside aluminium, so the drilling project's been a great chance to do that. And didn't know quite all about rockets until I started going hanging out with the Trampoline group and finding out about these mad people who actually make their own hybrid motors and send things up to 18,000 feet. And yeah, they're fanatically focused on that sort of stuff. But it's cool because they're quite happy to offer to send our payload up when it's ready. So then there's we've also got people who are performance artists. So Danielle's come along and intrigued and fascinated us with the devices and stuff like that. I hope we've got the chance to see earlier today, and it's our chance to help her out with some of the networking and electronics problems we solve. And it's different from you as a group. So whilst we've had one or two presentations about how to make a circuit board or some of that, it isn't about presentations. It's about coming along and building stuff, or either hanging out with a group project or getting help for your own project. And it's about having fun, which is a big motivator. We learn more when we're having fun. And often in commercial environments or other government environments, like the managers and the stakeholders know that you're meant to have a fun, enjoyable environment for people to people want to stay first, but also to work effectively. But when deadlines come, that quite rightly goes out the window. But in the hackerspace, if people aren't having fun and enjoying themselves, well, they just pay that. It's the law of 2 feet. So we've got, well, I sort of by feet, I guess, to call this a community hackerspace, but fortunately no one's complaining. And it sort of basically combines those elements of connectivity, which I'm probably pretty familiar in this room, except perhaps more the notion of also bringing connected devices to this. If people have got connected devices on them now, phones with GPS, compasses, all that sort of stuff, which is a good thing if you have to manage and control data. Perhaps not such a good thing if the organisations, the telcos and governments are using this information in ways that we don't appreciate. So it's a two-edged sword. Right. So what allows this to happen is I think one of the key drivers is collaboration. Be able to get help with your projects and show other people some cool stuff you've done and actually have them appreciate it at a deep level. And you can only really collaborate if things are open. If you rock up with something that's proprietary and say, so we can't talk unless we sign an NDA, well, it makes it very hard to share. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying an outcome of that is it makes it difficult to collaborate on a wide scale. And so open sourcing everything, which we're going to look about today, including the law and all sorts of things, allows people to collaborate and share without any restrictions. And I don't think that's the answer to everything. I think sometimes we need to put layers of things that are less open on top so we can figure out how to earn some money. And they need to apply some sort of lock-in. But I don't say it's a good thing, but sometimes you need to find ways of commercialising. So I'm not saying everything has to be open source, but certainly the level allows you to interact with other people. And the other thing it's enabling is now you can very easily buy network devices like Arduinos and Zigbee and a myriad of small Linux boxes that are insanely powerful for a small amount of money. And a device will hook up to your car and direct that. And all these things are made in China, which is it's a good thing if you like things being expensive. It's perhaps not such a good thing everything being sort of all in one place. But what it means is you can basically apply stuff fairly quickly, fairly easily, and basically solve the problem you want to solve, just with off-the-shelf parts, and look at software. Okay. So one of the things I'm particularly interested in is this Internet of Things, which is basically small devices, sensors and actuators that they measure things in the environment or measure things on your body, like about if you're an athlete, how you're moving. Or if you're an elderly person, just being able to, if you're falling over, let someone know. Or a child, if you stop, sort of baby, perhaps stop breathing. You can use sensors for all sorts of good things, and actuators to turn things off if they should be off, and stop that water flow or turn off that electrical device, which sound is spoken about already. And what we've got is very complex systems, like everyone really knows how the water flows through our country. I certainly don't fully understand all that, or even what's going on, how electricity is being used right now across the whole of the city or the country. But without being able to measure and look at these things, it makes it difficult to solve the problems of where should the water be going and how much gas do we use. And it's just a lot of fun. So what I really encourage is that we can actually start building all these things now. We don't have to wait for the government to roll out the smart meters, which they'll do over the next 4 or 5 years, because there'll be limitations in that system, and also there'll be levels of control on the data which you might want to get around. You might want to see something more. You might want to get great levels of detail, not just on the meter in front of your house. You might find out, is it a hot water system? How is this solar panel performing? All those things. So you don't want to be waiting for the government industry to solve those things for you, because when they eventually get around to do it, it's probably going to be cost a lot more than you'd like. So the way around this is to have open standards and insist on these things at all levels, because that allows us to combine, create new systems and join them together. Okay, well, I'm going to pretty much wrap up, but here's the things I'm certainly thinking about as people I've met today. And, we'll go away and not just you next day and we'll go back to work and our families and stuff like that, but actually call some of these people and follow up those mad ideas that you had today. But I've got a lot out of the last 6 months from a day just like this. So, there's some contact details. The